Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will be discussing about a React introduction and some of the important questions that are being asked in a React interview question. So basically, React again it is used to create user interfaces. It's an open source that is created by Facebook, and the important thing is like it is based upon JavaScript library. So it is easier for developers who already are experienced in JavaScript or who are aware of the syntax of JavaScript, so they can easily learn. There are some of the features that are very important specific to React that makes it easier to create user interface, and it is only used to create user interfaces just like Angular. Angular is used, or it is a full-fledged MVC framework, but it is only used for creating the user interface. There are few features that are specific to React. Again, it is based upon server-side rendering. So the rendering part is done server-side. Then instead of directly working on the real DOM, it works on the virtual DOM that is in memory. So all the changes are being done in the virtual DOM, and then whatever is the differences between virtual DOM and real DOM, the same is applied to the real DOM. And in terms of like data binding, it used the flux concept, and the data binding is unidirectional. And if you talk about Angular, it is bidirectional. So complexity wise, it is very less because data flows in one direction. And again, it is a fully component based, so you can create the component and then you can reuse the component in different places of the pages. So it is a very good choice for creating a single page applications. We just talked about all the benefits. Server side rendering is the most important benefit. Then working on virtual DOM instead of real DOM. So again, all the manipulation is being done on virtual DOM that is in memory, and then we don't need to use the JavaScript function append child or remove child. It is all done on virtual DOM, and then only the changes are there. So comparison of real DOM and virtual DOM. So if there are any changes, only those changes are applied on the real DOM. So main issue or main time consuming task is manipulating real DOM. So here we work on virtual DOM. Then if you talk about the limitation, so again we cannot say limitation, because again the main purpose of React was to implement so that we can use this for only user interface. It was not meant for any model or view or model or controller part, only the view part. So whatever backend data it can fetch, and then it can display, it can render on its front end part. Now state management is one of the important concept, and the way state management is done in React is entirely different that we have been doing in other programming languages. So it's not variable based. We have special hooks through which we manage the state. So we have use state, use effect. So use state is basically used to manage the state of the React. So all the state management is done using use state. So it's a built-in React hook that allows you for having state variables in functional component. So earlier in React, everything was class based and function was basically used behind the scenes because it was stateless. So in order to make function stateful, we have created, or these hooks concept was introduced. So now mostly all the applications are created using function based approach, and we are using these hooks to manage state. We are using hooks to manage all the different key elements. Then there is the most of more important things whenever you are going to implement React is applications, or is traversing the list, because whenever you are going to implement any REST API, you will be getting the data in the form of array. So array, it may be array of object, array of string, anything. But again, if I talk about complex application, it will always be an array of object. So in order to traverse that, key is a very important thing, because again, in an array, there will be a lot of elements. So which item is deleted, which item is traversed. So with the help of key, we can access. So key is very important whenever we are going to traverse the list. Then key should be given to array element by providing unique identity. So if you want to uniquely identify, you can use the key. Then syntax wise, we are using JSX, JavaScript XML. So in your JavaScript, while you are rendering or while you are returning the output, you can use this syntax. And this is a very easy syntax. Whatever HTML syntax you are aware of, you can just put inside your function, inside your return. So you don't need to learn anything. So it is basically JavaScript and XML. Just to make sure, because in JavaScript file you are writing HTML. So this JSX has been introduced so that you don't have to learn a new language. Again, HTML, whatever you have been knowing, you can use the same. Then difference between functional and class component, that is a very important question that is being asked. So as discussed, functional components, earlier we were using behind the scenes because they were stateless. Then by the concept of hooks, so once when hooks were introduced, so the functions we can use in the state form, and now we can manage the state using functions also, using the hook concept. So now more or less most of the applications are created using functions, because now state management is introduced in this. To manage state, I just discussed that we have a hook called useState. If you want to do certain things, once your component is rendered, you have useEffect, you have useRef. So there are lots of hooks. So basically functions are hook based. So some are already created, and you can also create some custom hooks also. We discussed about virtual DOM, real DOM, that those are the key things that are being used in React. Then we have some other things like if you want to pass a message from one component to another component, we can use the props. So again, from parent to child, we can use the prop. And again, for state management also, we have a library called Redux. So it provides the store where you can access. So instead of passing message from one component to another component, you can store this in the Redux, and then every component will have access. So we have this Redux, so we can manage the state using Redux. Props are immutable, so you cannot change. So whatever value you are passing, that will be there. Then we can also do the error handling, just like, because again it's a JavaScript library. So whatever items you are doing in JavaScript, those are all applicable in React, because again it is same as JavaScript. You can create custom hooks. So basically this is the basically introduction of React.js. We'll also talk about Redux, action, how action is created, then how the data is fetched in using reducers. So that is also plays a very important role in the interview, because again that it comes in the advanced interview. So we'll be discussing about state management using Redux in our next video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and thank you for watching this video.